Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by my big countryman, Scottish heavyweight Nick Campbell. Nick, first and foremost, brother, how's things? How's life?
Andy, thanks very much for having me. Everything's good. Training's going well. I'm just ticking away, training away, living the life and trying to improve every day. So I can't complain.
Well, living the life as a fighter, mate, which is sometimes it can be quite boring, but you know.
I know you go.
Oh, you go, mate. You go. What you say?
I'm just saying, like, listen, it's a finite career. It doesn't last long. It'll all go by me in a flash. So I just need to keep putting in as much as I can, and I'll get out as much as I put in. So that's all there is to it.
Perfect attitude, mate. Perfect. The reason I got you on, obviously, you've signed a deal with Boxer and Sky Sports to showcase your talent on that platform. You've also got a fight. You said you on your own admission, a sort of takeover fight in Hamburg in Germany this weekend. And obviously, there is a big, huge heavyweight fight happening this weekend. So since you are in that division, I'm guessing you're going to have a keen eye on it and you will have an opinion on it. So I'll get your thoughts on that. But let's start with yourself and you signing with Boxer Sky Sports. I mean, you've got guys like Chris Eubank Jr., Josh Taylor sharing on that platform as well. What does that mean to you to showcase your ability, your skill set on Sky Sports?
You know, I'm blessed. I'm really lucky. I'm really fortunate to get an opportunity like that. I've got to thank my manager, Mark. Without him, you know, it wouldn't be happening. So
yeah.
It's fantastic. You know, there's a lot of amazing talent already signed with Sky. There's already, you know, Sky is the most iconic sports program, or sports television channel on the planet, in my opinion. And I think anything that they do is going to be big and going to be, you know, relevant. So I'm just blessed to be part of it. I can't wait to get started whenever that kicks in, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Do you feel any nerves or anything like that performing on such a huge platform? Because we've seen like likes of Anthony Joshua's and huge names of the past, George Groves. You know what I mean? We've seen all these guys perform on that platform. Do you feel any sort of like nerves to showcase your skill set in front of, like, obviously the hundreds of thousands of people that are subscribed to Sky Sports, man? Do you feel any nerves on that, or do you just feel?
You know, I've already been exposed to it a little bit from the Matchroom show that I had my debut on.
That's right.
Obviously, anybody who knows anything about me knows my background, and I'm used to the high pressure situations. I mean, that pressure makes diamonds at the end of the day. And if you don't feel pressure, you shouldn't be doing it, because that's the whole point. You know, fear gives you purpose, it gives you drive, it gives you determination to go on and do what you need to do. So if I didn't feel nervous and I didn't feel pressure from it, I would be more concerned. So I just like to use it, take it my stride, and that's it. You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to go in there and show myself up on it, go in there and prove I'm here to, you know, get involved and make a statement. So I am looking forward to it. I feel the pressure, I feel nervous, but I train hard every day to make sure that I feel a bit less nervous when I step through the ropes, because I know I've done the hard work.
Definitely. You obviously talked about like making a statement and stuff like your last two fights. You've managed to get your opponents out of there and stuff like that. You do have a fight lined up on this Saturday, so obviously it's just going to be much the same. Do you go in there looking to get the stoppages? We know, like, it's heavyweight boxing, man. One punch can change everything. So does your mindset, obviously this guy you're fighting on Saturday, a lot of people might not know who he is, but you are doing the right things. You're stopping the guys who have been put in front of you. Can we expect much the same this Saturday?
100%. You don't get paid for overtime, and I'll be going in there. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm not just looking to go in there and, you know, let a whirlwind and get out. I'm going to go in there and work on what I've been working on. But as soon as the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to get them out of there. So that's what I expect this weekend. No disrespect to my opponent, respect him for stepping through the ropes, but it's the fight game, and that's the aim of the game. So when the time comes, I'll take him out.
That's the thing. You mentioned that obviously the Sky thing kicking in and stuff like that. Do you have hopes or any? Well, I would say hopes of getting onto this Josh Taylor bill on July 18th. I mean, we do have like the Scottish talent there. I mean, as a Scottish heavyweight as well, to get your name in Scotland and to make it even bigger than what it needs to be. Are you hoping to get on that bill? Is that a possibility for you to get on that bill on December 18th, Josh Taylor undercard?
I don't know anything about the possibilities or, what Sky are working on in boxing and stuff like that. Leave that all to Mark and the guys who are much more important than me. But for me to fight in my hometown,
you're the most important. Stop. You're the fighter. You're the most important. Come on.
But for me to fight in my hometown in front of my, home crowd would be unbelievable, especially on Josh's undercard. Josh is, in my opinion, one of the best pound for pound fighters on the planet at the moment. And it's even better he's a Scotsman. So to get on his undercard, I can remember going to watch Josh against O'Hara Davies at the Braehead Arena in the crowd for that. So to get on his undercard and box undisputed world champion, light welter, that would be incredible. I would love it. And, I'm pretty sure that I would get a little bit of a crowd coming for Glasgow and Jersey as well. So
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Another thing as well that I want to talk to you about is there's never been a Scottish British heavyweight champion. Did you know that? Is that something that you're aiming for? Is that a target? Is that one of your goals as a professional right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's my main goal, to be honest with you, my long-term goal. I'd like to just get to that, achieve that, and then who knows. But to be honest with you, putting your name there, the first Scot to ever do it, no one can ever take that away from you. And do you know what, as well? I think the British title is one of the best belts in boxing. Not only from the history of it, but it's one of the best looking belts in boxing. It's beautiful, and it's got a lot of history. There's a lot of great people held that title, and if I could put my name to it, then it would be that. That is my main goal. That's my goal, to work towards that. I know how hard it is. I know how hard it will be, but that's my goal.
You said it's your long-term goal and stuff like that, but do you feel I know you're in your 30s and stuff like that, you're just relatively new to the pro game, but do you feel a sense of urgency to get there because of sort of like you had that rugby background and now you're in the pro game now, you've had limited sort of like amateur background as well. Do you feel a little sense of urgency to get there quicker rather than taking your time and building yourself up?
In between. I don't feel old. I know a lot of people say, you feel only as old as you feel, but I'm fit. I'm fit and healthy. Don't carry any injuries, touch wood. I train really hard. I'm learning every day. Like you said as well, I'm new to boxing. I've only really been boxing for 4.5, 5 years now. So my incline is going to be a lot steeper than guys who've been boxing since they were 9 or 10. I've just got to work hard, do my job in the gym, and then let guys like Mark manage me so that I get the right steps and they put me in the right positions, into the right fights with the right guys to get there. So I'm not too sure. I'm definitely not hanging about waiting to see what happens. I need to get going. But at the same time, I'm not in a frantic rush. We'll see. We'll build up. We'll get the fights and we'll progress. Like
I said to you as well, like the right now domestically in the UK and stuff like that, we seem to have an amazing Joshua and Fury aside. Do you know what I mean? Right now, obviously, they're the world champions. They're doing their thing. They've got tough fights ahead of them coming up in this weekend and in 3 weeks' time as well. But when you look at the Joe Joyces, the Daniel Dubois, the David Adelaide's and stuff like that, you've got Dave Allen coming back. You've got Alan Babich is there. Do you know what I mean? Like even the guys that Alan Babich has fought in and around to propel himself up. I mean, the heavyweight division right now it looks good, and it's a tasty division domestically for yourself. So you must have itchy knuckles or licking your lips to the prospect of fighting some of these guys.
100%. I had a look on BoxRec the other day, and I think there's 27, 28 guys on there from Britain. Mm-hmm. And if you have a look through the names, there's not many of them you would class as journeymen.
Johnny Fisher as well, he's doing the right thing. At the same stage of his career.
There's a lot of great matchups out there domestically for everybody in the division. So 100%. When we get to that stage, it's going to be interesting because the thing is as well, obviously, all the promoters try and keep guys away from one another because they want to make it as big a fight as possible. But at the end of the day, everybody's going to have to fight each other. So
Exactly.
survival of the fittest in it. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. And like I say, I'm working really hard, and I'm no under no illusion of how difficult it's going to be. But I look forward to the challenge.
It's going to be a fun challenge. Like I say, obviously being the biased Scotsman that I am, I'm going to be. I might get some stick for this, but listen, I want to see you do well, obviously. But I do want to. I did mention the likes of Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Now there's a huge fight this weekend. I don't know if you've heard, but Joshua is going to be facing his mandatory in Usyk. I know you watched the game and stuff like that. You're a fan of the sport as well, man. So, man, how do you see that fight? What's your thoughts?
I've been asked a couple of times my prediction for it, and I actually, if Anthony Joshua stands in front of Alexander Usyk and boxes, he'll lose, because Usyk is one of the best boxers on the planet. But I just think Anthony Joshua's too big, too physical, too much of a specimen at the heavyweight division. You know, I don't know how much weight Usyk's giving away. He's giving away 3 or 4 inches in height, 3 or 4 inches in reach, but it's going to be interesting. But if I was putting money on it, I'd be putting my money on Anthony Joshua for a stoppage late on.
Oh, really? You think he can stop Usyk? Yeah.
I just think he's too big and too powerful.
Mm.
But flipping that on its head, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if Usyk won on points. It's a really hard one to pick. I think a lot of the casual boxing fans don't actually realise how hard a task this is for Anthony Joshua at the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they just look at it and go, it's another, but it's not. This is a real tasty, interesting fight. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top, but I'm going to back AJ.
Thing is, as well, is a lot of people are saying, can Usyk dance around and avoid AJ's right hand or no, he's got that great uppercut, that right uppercut that he uses quite a lot as well. And a lot of people are saying 12 rounds is a long time, 36 minutes is a long time. So do you think for Usyk to win, can he avoid AJ for 12 rounds and stay focused for 36 minutes? Because it seems like it's the only way. A lot of people are thinking that's the only way he can beat AJ is by staying away and boxing him and winning him points.
Well, I think listening to Tony Bellew was interesting, because Bellew was basically saying, look, don't be under any illusions. This guy can bang, and this guy can move, and this guy can dance, and he can do everything. So, like I said, it depends the game plan Anthony Joshua comes into it with. If Joshua tries to box him, I don't think that will suit him. I think Usyk would outbox anybody, maybe apart from Tyson in the heavyweight division. But if Anthony Joshua works to his strengths and his, power, his fast feet, his, quick hands, if he gets in, mixes it up, who knows? I think Anthony Joshua can put it on him. So it's just, that styles make fights. I think it's a really interesting fight. It'll be interesting to see. This is probably the first proper heavy. I know he fought Derek Chisora, but I mean like proper as in the sense 6'6", 110, 115 kilos, specimen, fit, strong, Olympic gold medalist, all the, everything, all singing, all dancing. I know Usyk's all that as well, but he done that at heavyweight and cruiserweight, not super heavyweight and heavyweight in the pros. So I think it's a really interesting fight, but I still would edge towards Joshua purely based on he's a supreme athlete and he is a proper heavyweight.
Well, that is a good storyline that they both are gold medalists from the 2012 Olympics in London. So that is a good sort of thing. And there's that photo, I don't know if you've seen, I think it was the Martin fight? I can't remember, when AJ's looking at the crowd and Usyk's got his hood up like that. Do you know what I mean? And staring at AJ. So there is that sort of that background and that storyline, which is going to be quite fun to watch this fight week.
I love all these banter as well. Like, hello Anthony, it's me. I'm here. Yeah, like the guy. Do you know what? Like, it's a bit of a laugh and a joke, but at the same time, if you're fighting that guy and he's getting off the car and he's like eyes are like wide and hello, that must get into your head, no doubt about it. You must be thinking, this guy's crazy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure AJ's been there, seen it all, done it all in his career so far. So I'm sure he'll deal with it all in his stride. But he's a great character, Usyk, and you need guys like that in boxing. And he's a phenomenal fighter. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely be buying it. Quick
touch on Wilder Fury. 3 weeks away, we're going to get this trilogy fight. Quick thoughts on that.
Fury's going to steamroll him again, I think. I think it'll be more conclusive than the second fight. He's just too good. He's too good for him. and I, Wilder's given it the whole bravado, and he's changed this, he's done that, but nah, I really can't see past Fury. Maybe inside 5 or 6.
Wow. It seems, yeah. I think you're a lot of people are sharing your sort of sentiment and your prediction for that fight as well. But for you, Nick, I mean, it's exciting times to be a heavyweight. Everyone loves a heavyweight, and a lot of people. And listen, if you're a casual fan and you name boxers, all the casual fans always name a heavyweight. So it's an exciting time to be a heavyweight, big man, and you're just getting started.
Definitely, no, I'm just getting started. I want to get all the people in Scotland behind me, especially when I'm fighting on Sky Sports. Obviously, all the people back in Jersey where I live, get them all behind me. I am really looking forward to it. I'm excited, I'm energised, and I'm looking forward to the challenges ahead and getting everybody behind me, and hopefully being the first Scottish heavyweight to ever do anything in the programme. So let's see what it takes us.
Exciting times, mate. Listen, one final thought. You are fighting again. You are fighting though this weekend and stuff like that. What can the fans expect? Stoppage.
that's what I'm there to do. I'm there to go in and get the guy out of there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm predicting. Stoppage. Not sure when, but there'll definitely be a stoppage.
Good stuff, mate. Listen, Nick, always appreciate your time, and thank you so much for taking time out. Obviously, you've got a fight this weekend, and to speak to me, and good luck for this weekend. And let's see if your predictions right with the AJ Fury, wishful thinking, AJ Usyk fight. Let's see if you can get that right.
Aye, don't come to me if you lose money on it, but aye, that's my prediction. So, and the jokes need to stick together. So, thanks for having me, Andy. And
anytime, brother. Anytime. Listen, we stick together, and hopefully you got on that December 18th card. Josh Taylor's on the card because that'll be something special. Yeah, brilliant. No, thank you. I'll see you soon. Cheers, Nick. See you soon, brother. Thank you. Bye. Bye.